Alright, welcome back, Vinyl Community. We're going to move on here to part 3 of my Beatles vinyl collection, and we're going to be doing non-US releases that I own. I'm going to try to do these in order as much as I can. Alright, start out here with Beatles for Sale. This is the UK release. This is an original UK release from '64. It's in mono. Gatefold. See the label there, Parlophone label. Back cover. Next one is the other record that I picked up in Florence recently, and it's Rubber Soul, original 1965 from Holland. And it's got a little bit of a misprint on there. You can see where the paint roller slid through, made an imperfection. It's on Parlophone, black Parlophone label. Moving on, collection of Beatles oldies but goldies. This is a UK release, stereo copy. This came out Christmas time, I believe, right before Sgt. Pepper. They needed an album for the Christmas market, so those greatest hits type of things put together, oddities and ends that weren't readily available. And this does have a misprint on it. If I find it here. Maybe it's on the other one, it's not on this one. This wasn't necessarily an album that content-wise I really needed, but I love this cover at the time. I still love this cover. It's one of my favorite album covers. I guess we might be a little out of order here. From what I could find, this album came out around '65. It's Beatles' Greatest, and it's from, if I remember correctly, I want to say Holland. Sweden, I'm sorry. Sweden. It's on a black Parlophone label, and this also, content-wise, isn't really anything to write home about. But this does have the unreleased hi-hat intro to, I believe it's All My Loving. I'll double check that after the video. I'll put it in the description if I am wrong, but don't run to the comment section correcting me just yet. Alright, moving on, we have Beatles Rarities. And this is from Holland. It's very shiny because it's still in the shrink. And this one does have a misprint. Yeah, on the back, this claims that Rain was copyrighted in 1963. This would have been imported. It's definitely an import. Some black Parlophone label. It's in immaculate condition. Someone opened it to probably play it once, and then it doesn't seem like they ever did anything with it. Alright, next here is Birth of the Beatles, and it's La Grande Storia del Rock, and it was from a collection of albums that you could get Um, they mainly had less than popular recordings from artists. You get Little Richard, Jimi Hendrix, all kinds of people. They list 100 different records on the back of this list that you could buy. Some of them with very strange combinations. Like one album you could get that was Jimi Hendrix, Bob Marley, and Percy Sledge. Very strange things. But this is just one side of it is some songs with Tony Sheridan. The other side is Live in Hamburg. But this was imported, and you were able to buy this at Hex. There was a store here in Ohio called Hex that was like a Kmart type thing. You could buy it in there apparently. The next is Volume 1 and Volume 2 of Beatles Rock and Roll Music. And these were UK imports. This is on the subsidiary label MFP, Music for Pleasure. This record here was the first Beatles album I ever bought. It cost me $4 at a record shop. I was very happy to get that album, being at the age of 11 or 12, whenever that was. Alright, well, we don't have that much time on this one. I'm trying to keep these videos short. But while we have some time, I'm going to very quickly go through my Beatles 45s. And a lot of these aren't in very good shape, so I will warn you. But here we have Beatles, Tony Sheridan, My Bonnie on MGM with When the Saints Go Marching In. Label's in terrible shape, but the record's fine. We have She Loves You and I'll Get You on the Swan label with Don't Drop Out on the label. Here we have another copy that I recently picked up at Flea Market. She Loves You and I Get You on Swan with a bolder font, and it doesn't say Don't Drop Out on it. This here was still is one of my prized possessions. This is one of the first Beatles related items I ever got, and I was really happy to get this. It's I Want to Hold Your Hand. I saw her standing there. It's only one side of the sleeve. That's why I got it so cheap. Got it at the same time I got that Beatles Rock and Roll Music album. But I used to have that framed. Alright, some of these I'm not sure if they're originals, where they're from, or anything. So if you guys want to let me know about some of these. This is Please Please Me on Parlophone. And I believe this is a UK. It says made in Great Britain. This is a UK copy, I'd imagine. If you want to tell me when that was pressed, I'm not sure. Like I said, I picked all of these up really cheap. Here is Love Me Do on the Tolly label with P.S. I Love You. Another one on a different, or it's on Tolly, but it's a different label. And it's There's a Place and Twist and Shout. Hard Day's Night and I Should Have Known Better. Capital. Yesterday and Act Naturally. We Can Work It Out and Day Tripper. A lot of these are very common, so that's why I'm just going through them real fast. She's a Woman and I Feel Fine. I Don't Want to Spoil the Party and 8 Days a Week. This is Nowhere Man, and I can't remember what's on the B side of this, but the label is missing on that one. I think it says, pick that up for $1. I think it was. Eleanor Rigby and Yellow Submarine. Paperback Writer and Rain. That's not the original sleeve. Strawberry Fields Forever and Penny Lane. I Am the Walrus and Hello Goodbye. Lady Madonna and The Inner Light. This one is, I'm not sure when this one was also pressed, but this is Old Brown Shoe and The Ballad of John Yoko on Apple. Some sort of UK copy, I would imagine. I'm not too sure, but if you do know that, I would assume this is an original copy, but let me know. Revolution and Hey Jude. Get Back, Don't Let Me Down. from Apple now. Let It Be, and you know my name, look up the number. A Long and Winding Road. And was it For You Blue? I had another one somewhere here. Maybe I can find it. This is an Australian 45 for Act Naturally and Yesterday. This is really interesting. I picked that up at a local antique shop around here. This is from the release of Rock and Roll Music. It's Got to Get You Into My Life with Helter Skelter on the other side. This is from the Beatles Real Music album. This is the Beatles movie medley with I'm Happy to Just Dance With You. And I picked this up just for the cover. And this is a jukebox only copy of If I Need Someone and Norwegian Wood. Let me take a quick look here. Well, I seem to be missing one somewhere, but it's not that important. It's a bootleg. But all right, we're going to cut this out now, and we'll see you next on the next part of my Beatles vinyl collection.